Well, here we are again, guys. It's another CM's model. It's a Lancia Stratos. I seem to be collecting similar vehicles now. So all my rules of collecting are pretty much abandoned now. Everything I said when I started this hobby, I've completely ignored at this point in time. And so let that be a warning to you guys. It might happen to you as well. Okay, so CMs no longer exist, unfortunately, but this is their third collection, SS3, and it's $6.30 or so in today's money, 630 yen. These are half the cars in the collection, these three guys. And then these are the other three cars that would have been in there. Wow, I think someone may have actually paid $35 for this at some point in time. But I don't know if that's Singapore dollars, Hong Kong dollars. I mean, this is obviously some sort of Asian text. I mean, I don't know if that's Chinese or Japanese or what. Well, anyways, the back is the same on all the boxes, but what's good to know is right here it says 2005, so we know this model is pretty old. It's probably going to have some paint rash. It had a big blister inside holding this thing, and on the bottom was this antenna that I already put in here. So in the 1975 Sanremo race, the Stratos won that event, and actually it was this exact car, the number 11 car, won that race. In the 1975 season, Lancia won with this chassis. You know, they won the constructors championship. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. Here's a front view. So I believe this is actually the driver. We'll see another Waldegard. Bjorn Waldegard, I think, is the driver's name. It's on the door here. So it's just funny. You can see this. He's probably a big guy, but I mean, these guys look really tight in this small vehicle. So it's a small car because if you look here, that's the Lancia Delta, which is basically, I think it's an economy car, the street-going version. And then look at, it's just such a small vehicle compared to a small car. Alright, so if you aren't aware, you know, the Lancia Stratos was the first purpose-built rally car. And it's just such a strange-looking vehicle by any decade standard back then, and even by today's standards. It's a very unique-looking vehicle. Okay, so how did CMs do? You know, these wheels are not so great because I think they could have at least had air passing between in those sections. But they're painted gold, pretty nice. The tires are kind of also slab-sided, at least the rear one. This one looks okay, it's got some curvature to it, but it's starting to look old. And so the treads do look nice. They're staggered in their size. All CMs roll, by the way. Yeah, they do roll. Yeah, paint bubbling going on here, being a 15-year-old model now. Yep, or paint bubbling up there. Okay, but all the graphics are tampo printed, so at least that's better than decals. So yeah, there's the driver's name again, and that's the navigator. We got a whole lot of plastic here for the front lights. That's really nice. And then painted blinkers here. The grille doesn't seem to have any texture from what I can see. No, it's just smooth. But the license plate does match the real vehicle, so that's nice. Alright. There's one single mirror here, and I think that's a separate piece of plastic. And then it's got these little black mud guards, which I think are also plastic. I have to imagine this green winglet thing here is plastic as well. And then this rear wing, I can see like a brake there, so that's probably a separate piece as well. Okay. Unfortunately, the exhaust is missing here. There's supposed to be a shorter exhaust here, but it's totally missing. It must have broken off or something from the previous owner. Big red taillights here, clear plastic, the real license plate, some additional printing, so that's pretty cool. Some decent detail there. Let's see about this side. Yeah, no major problems, so I'm pretty happy with that. Some sort of buckle to keep the rear clamshell tight. And then some sort of cat hair, because I have two cats. Okay, well, yeah, you know, it's unfortunate the exhaust tip was broken off. I didn't see that in the advertisement online. oh well, the model's 15 years old, so these things are so expensive online now that I'm gonna have to live with this one. And considering I actually have other Stratos cars from this same brand, I guess I'll live with the fact that I have a defective one. So look at this image behind here. I don't know where or when that occurred, but that's a crazy car show, right? Of these Stratos vehicles there. It's got to be in Europe somewhere, probably Italy. Okay, let's see what we have for other Lancias here. Stratos in particular. So here's another CMs from 1975, and I believe this is, well, it's the same year, right? But it doesn't have a wing, or the little winglet on the roof. So it's a variation, and this one was driven by Munari and Manucci. I did a video on this one, I forget. I think it won the Monte Carlo rally. I see Monte Carlo on this one. And then this is some sort of chase version. So, but this next one is from 1977, and it's a muddied up version, like a dirty version. So now the casting looks the same, and you can see the rear has 2 exhaust pipes. That's what's supposed to happen. This again is, well, the driver's Munari, and the navigator is Maiga, and it says Rally Monte Carlo again, so 77 Monte Carlo. Probably won that race as well. Okay, so that's it for those guys. Well, you know what, I'll throw on this last one. This is an old Tomica, and it's from manufactured copyright of 1977. Which coincidentally, maybe this is a 1977 version that Tomica did. I think we need the top view. It's bigger. But yeah, look at the livery. It's probably a 1977 Stratos because it matches this one, right? Let me look at it closer. Yeah, it says, oh no, it says Rally Tomy Tech or something on it. It doesn't say Monte Carlo. What does that say there? Rally Union Tech? Rally Montec. Or Rally Monte C. That's what it must say. So I guess they didn't have the licensing for the Rally Monte Carlo, so they just wrote Rally Monte C on this Tomica one. But close enough. Now I see it says 157 scale. So that's why it was so much bigger. Alright, well, I have 2 different castings across 3 different cars from this CMs. And you'll notice the wheels are all different as well. At least the color. One's gold, one's yellow, and one's like a dark gold. Let me get the focus again. There you go. You can see the color variations that occurred. And what's also weird is these have air passing between the spokes, right? So yeah, you can see light through the other side. So that one has air passing between the spokes. This gold one also. Yeah, see the light through the other side of the wheel? So these must be later collections, I'm guessing. Whereas this is from an early collection and henceforth has much lamer, weaker looking wheels. So keep that in mind if you're going to go out for a Stratos. You know, they did make improvements over time, CMs. And actually another thing to look for is the antenna. Look how thick this antenna is from this early one. But these other 2 have very thin, like twice as thin, the antennas on them. So that's interesting to notice. It's always nice to see brands improving. But unfortunately it didn't help CMs out because they don't exist anymore. Alright, and that is why I'm going to collect more CMs, because they don't exist anymore. I like rally cars enough that I'm willing to collect more and more of them. And the fact that CMs doesn't exist only makes it wiser to buy them today than tomorrow. Although I will say that this car is so iconic, the Stratos, that sooner or later another modern existing brand will make this. You know, maybe it'll be Mini GT, Inno 64, or Pop Race because they did a Celica. So, yeah, maybe you can, if you can hold out, I'm sure there's got to be another brand that's going to do this model again, and it'll be better than this one. But until that day comes, we're just going to have to look at this thing spinning around. Okay, well, I'll catch you in the next spin. Thanks.